I recently had the pleasure of catching up in the Zoom room with Jason Vorherr about his very special current project. If you don't straight away recognise the name, you have seen him before, I'm sure. Graham Goble asked him to join the original members of Little River Band on their comeback tour, and he played bass guitar and performed backing vocals on their Gold Award-winning album Full Circle. He's worked with Daryl Braithwaite, Glenn Shorrock, Brian Cadd, the Fabulous Caprettos, and he's resident producer and musician at Soggy Dog Recording Studio. Let's find out all about what he's been up to lately.
I love your old radios in the background.
Oh, you want me to tell you the truth? They're biscuit tins.
Bloody hell, they look great.
I know, right? No, I lie. One of them, this big one at the back, that's a radio, but all of the others, I saw them and I thought, I just have to have those. Plus, I like biscuits.
Oh, awesome.
They look all right, don't they? All right, let's get started. You're with Cheryl, that radio chick, and I'd like to welcome into the Zoom room Jason Vorherr. Hey, thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me, Cheryl. How are you going?
Good, thanks. We have to stop meeting like this. We've seen each other a lot lately.
Yeah, well, every time I end up in Adelaide doing shows, I do see you at the gigs, and it's always lovely to see your smiling face.
You can't miss me, can you? I'm in the front row bouncing around like an Energizer bunny.
Yeah, well, I wonder why people stand right up the front row, because I reckon it would probably sound better back at the sound desk, you know what I mean? But I guess, to capture the essence of the show, sometimes being up the front row is probably a cool thing as well.
I like to see the sweat on your brow.
Yeah, well, there's not much coming from me up the back. I don't put in as much work as the front man, when I'm just playing bass guitar, that is.
Yeah. So you were here in January in our town helping out with the Riding Out the Bloom. Thank you for doing that. That was a great cause, and coming with Daryl to help those affected by the algal bloom.
Yeah. So it's Gulwa.
Yeah.
And my memory of Gulwa is of the Storm Boy films,
With the pelicans.
Yeah, and I thought, wow, they could have made more of that, the home of Storm Boy. Anyway, that gig, it turned out to be such a success, because I do know that they did struggle initially to sell tickets for that event, but it ended up being quite a success, and it was a beautiful day. Everybody there they're just so nice to us. They just treated us so well, and we had a great time. We actually stayed at Victor Harbour overnight. It's a place that I don't really get to go to very often. So such a beautiful part of the world down there.
Absolutely. Thank you to you and Daryl and the rest of the band for coming and helping with that. Then, of course, I saw you at the Brighter Days Festival in Victoria. Have you done the Brighter Days Festival previously?
I have, yes.
How many times?
Oh, wow. Probably about 4 or 5, I think, in various bands. I think that's our third time with Daryl. I recall doing the very first one they had. They held it at a different venue, which was right along the Ovens River there at a little park, but it's grown over the years to be a bigger event. They have it now at Pioneer Park, which holds a lot more people. But look, the way it's run is just so fantastic. Steve Dundon and John Nixon from the Chocolate Starfish, they have a lot to do with the organisation of the event. It's just a beautiful atmosphere, beautiful vibe, and it's for a great cause, to help the sick kids and all that. So I'm wrapped every time we get to go up there, because talk about a beautiful part of the world, like Bright is just such a picturesque venue, isn't it?
Absolutely. What other bands did you visit Brighter Days with other than Daryl?
I was involved in a Travelling Wilburys tribute show a number of years ago, and we did a show there. I think that's about it, actually, and maybe I think that might be it for me and Daryl as well. But every year I'm trying to find myself in a different band that can play there.
Yeah. Well, I have a bone to pick with you. Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? We've only just heard about it here, and I am going to make it my personal mission to make sure that there's a shipload of South Australians heading there next year, because, as you say, they raise so much money for some really horrendous and, terrible children's diseases, and they also make sure that the money gets where it needs to go, don't they?
Yeah, well, before we came on stage, it's quite emotional, because they had a video of a young girl. I'm not exactly sure what the disease was, because we were getting ready to go on stage, but I do remember they played the video of this poor little kid unfortunately she passed away, and her parents were there and they got him up on stage, and wow, it was so emotional, so for us to be able to get up there and, bring a bit of joy and music to people is such a privileged thing to be able to do, Yeah, and also to raise awareness and money for these diseases is a great thing.
Again, thank you for doing that. And I'll see you there next year, because if our calendar allows, we'll be going to support it every year from now on.
Great. Well, how long does it take from Adelaide to get there?
We rode the Harley over and we stopped halfway for a night. So 2 days, about 10 hours on the bike.
Yeah,
and same on the way back.
We're coming to Adelaide for the gather round. And we're doing a similar thing from Melbourne. We're going to take a few days. We're just going to go slow, stop at Mount Gambier on the way, and we're actually going to be staying at a place called Sellex Beach. Do you know that?
Yes, that's a nice spot too. You'll like that.
Good. So we're going to stay there, and then the Richmond game, as you know, you're like me, Richmond supporter. We're playing at the Barossa.
Beautiful.
My mate and I are going. As soon as the wives found out that we're playing in the Barossa, they were in.
Yeah. It's a fabulous wine region. Is that why?
Might have something to do with it, yeah. But it's only in a couple of weeks, so we're coming over to Adelaide, yeah.
Enjoy. Do we want to talk about footy? Oh, my gosh, how close.
I know. Well, I was there and, it was just great to have footy back. Oh, we can't really complain being Richmond supporters, can we? We've had a pretty good go. I reckon in about another 3 or 4 years, we're going to be celebrating again, I reckon.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yeah. I always come on the bottom of the footy tipping because, as you know, I tip with my heart, not my head. And I thought I was going to be the only person in the footy tipping to get that tip right, but so close.
Well, it was close. Next time, but a straighter kicking will get us there.
That's right. Good game. At least we didn't get trounced, which is what the percentages were saying would happen. Absolutely.
It was good. It wasn't so bad. We came away feeling hopeful.
That's right. That's how I felt. Not too far off. We're not too far away.
No, that's right.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
We're going to have a song now by the Fabulous Caprettos from their Live in Concert 2024 album, and then we're going to continue our chat with Jason Vorherr.
Oh, I never saw it coming, but I hit the ground running. Oh, I never saw it coming, but I hit the ground running.
You're coming to Adelaide again with the Fabulous Caprettos?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be in that group from its inception, and it's had many different lineup changes. The current lineup's so much fun. Dave Gleeson from the Screaming Jets, he's an Adelaide boy.
Yep, he is now.
He is so much fun and I'm so glad I've been able to work with him and meet him, because I've always been a big fan of the Screaming Jets. And Wendy Matthews is in the group too now. And every night, she's like the dark horse, because one of the last gigs we did, she performed The Day You Went Away, and it was kind of the highlight of the whole gig, She's fantastic and what a great singer. And we've got Joe Camilleri, legendary Black Sorrows man. He's talk about an underdog. That guy, he's one of the best performers I've ever seen. And you never know what you're going to get with Joe. He's so unpredictable. It's always different every time. Last but not least, the great Ray Thistlethwaite, who is just unbelievable. At the moment, you know what Ray's up to. He's over in America touring with Toto.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing some of the videos on social media. What a world-class musician that man is. He's doing us all proud,
Absolutely. So he's a musical savant.
I was always been a Thirsty Merc fan. I had no idea the guy was that talented on the piano.
I know, right?
I only saw him on TV, singing In the Summertime and these sort of songs. I thought, oh, yeah, he's a good singer, a good guitarist. No idea the guy's an incredible piano player, incredible musician. He's so filled with joy when he performs. He's just loving every minute of it. So the Caprettos are coming over to Adelaide.
Get onto the Googleometer and grab your tickets.
Late May, early June, I think, the Caprettos. I probably should have known that. You know what it's like. You just sort of take each week as it comes at the moment.
You're here, you're there, you're everywhere.
Yeah, you got to kind of be, don't you,
Yeah. I noticed on your socials, we've got to get onto your new single because I love this story, but I noticed on your socials, did you play on a track with Mike Elrington last month?
Yeah. Well, depends which one you're talking about, but I was in Tamworth at a songwriters retreat and I wrote a song with this fella. The song came up great, but it wasn't suitable for me and it wasn't suitable for my co-writer, a guy called Ben Walker. I listened to the lyrics and I thought, you know what? I know a guy who could sing this really well. Mike Elrington will be the guy. So it all just came together organically. We've recorded this tune. We managed to get a drummer called Mike Cohen from Melbourne. He's a great drummer. And Danny Spencer, guitar player from the Jimmy Barnes band. The song's come up so well. We're sort of sitting there with it at the moment, not knowing exactly what to do with it. Once I get my own song out the way, I'll look at releasing that one for Mike. Because, you know, I'd love to see Mike be successful because he works hard at his career and he travels overseas in the blues country sort of genre. He's a good man, Mike.
He is. And you want to know a fun fact? You can sort of go, oh, Adelaide, hey, we're all cousins.
Yeah.
There's only like a couple of degrees of separation here. I babysat Mike when he was a baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how old I am.
Well, he's a big lad.
I know, right?
Mike's doing a Chris Stapleton show. And I helped him with that. And just recently we recorded a video to help him sort of launch his Chris Stapleton tribute show. So he's aiming to sort of tour around with that.
I hope he's going to come home with it.
Yeah, well, that explains a lot now you say that, Cheryl, because he is an Adelaide Crows supporter and I wondered how he was.
Loser.
And there you go. So, yeah, he's an Adelaide boy.
Yeah. I used to be the administration manager at his parents' company.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
About
Small
100
world.
years ago.
Small world.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
Well, even though I have a couple of tracks from Mike Elrington's Chris Stapleton adventure, I've been sworn to secrecy. So instead, I'm going to play a great cover of White Room, the hit for Cream by Mike Elrington Band from the album Everywhere I Don't Belong. And then we're back to speak some more to Jason.
Near the station, black roof country, no gold pavements, tired starlings, silver horses ran down moonbeams in your dark eyes, dawnlight smiles on you leaving my contentment. Station, platform ticket, restless diesels, goodbye windows. I walked into such a sad time at the station. As I walked out, felt my own need just beginning.
I saw that you've also got some duoing, is that a word, with Jimmy Barnes's Danny Spencer around your traps.
Well, we just played on the weekend, actually,
Oh.
and it turned out to be a special day. Well, you know, those days that they just, for no reason, it just works out. It was just a magical day. You know, it was just the local RSL where I live in Upwey, RSL, and Danny plays there regularly, as do I. And we thought, let's do a duo gig. Lo and behold, Daryl Braithwaite shows up.
Bless him.
So, yeah, and it was sort of unannounced, and it was a bit of a surprise for everyone. It's fair to say he was, he was getting lots of attention, as he would.
Did he steal
And
the show?
he was magnificent, and we got him up, and no, we never sang the horses. So we sang Rise, which is another one of his hit songs. So the audience, they were treated to a very special sort of afternoon. And then from there, we also had Ronnie Pears, who's a legendary guitarist from a band called Stylus in the 70s. He happened to be in the audience. He got up and played with us as well. So we had quite a good day with plenty of different musos, and it was just sensational. And being that, Danny he plays with Richard Clapton and Barnesy, our set list comprised of a fair few Chisel songs and some Richard Clapton as well, because I thought, well, if I got their guitar player, I might as well, take advantage of the fact and do a couple of Richard Clapton and Chisel tunes.
Right up my alley. I wish I'd been there.
It was very special.
I've seen Danny hundreds of times with Clapton and obviously with Barnesy. And, I really love it when, and I think our music industry in Australia does this really well with, the mixing around and the different collaborations, because what you said was true. Like sometimes the magic happens and almost like the mixing of two artists together can create something almost bigger than the individual parts, if you like.
Yeah, it's the chemistry of it. Sometimes it's not planned. It's just sort of, impromptu. Yeah, what comes out is something really special, because you sort of work out when you do play with people like Danny Spencer, the reason why he's playing with Jimmy Barnes and Richard Clapton is because he's a great listener. He listens to what you're doing and then he complements what you do so well, So it's such a joy to be able to work with people of that caliber.
Can you tell me next time?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, maybe there's room down the track. He's also very busy, so it's hard to sort of pin that man down, I was very lucky to get hold of him, so.
Yeah. Bring it on the road.
Yeah.
It won't happen overnight, but just make it happen, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we will.
Let's talk about the brand new music from you. It's a very interesting story. The new single, Arnold. Tell us what motivated you and led you to write this song.
Once again, it was to do with the Upwey RSL, believe it or not, which is a venue that I play at. And I happened to write a song called Upwey, which is all about my local area. And it was all through COVID, writing songs about my local area. And I was singing it at the RSL, and they love it down there because they're all locals. And a guy came up to me afterwards and said, mate, you should write a song about Arnold Dix. And I'm going, who's Arnold Dix? I don't know who you're talking about. And he said, well, he's a local. He lives around this area. You write local songs. You write one about a local identity. Go home and watch ABC Australian Story and look up the episode featuring Professor Arnold Dix. And I was, okay. So I did. And my God, this guy is amazing.
He's a legend.
He's a legend, all right. And his claim to fame is that he saved the lives of 41 trapped workers in a disaster in India, in the Himalayas, about 3 years ago. He was brought over there from Australia to sort of help out with the mission and rescue, and he rescued them. What I found was the interesting part was that in India, there's like over 1 billion people and they all know who he is.
Yeah.
He's so famous, but in Australia, no one knows who he is. And I thought, wow, that's the incredible part of the story right there. But afterwards, I've learnt so much about the man. There's so many other things that he's done. Like he was a barrister, a flower farmer, a truck driver, a hairdresser. Anyway, I wrote the song and I sent him the demo, and I didn't know him, and I just sort of reached out to him on Facebook, And I was kind of a bit embarrassed about it, but I thought I'll send it to him. And lo and behold, he's gotten back to me. And having met the man now, it's been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Like, he's become one of my best friends.
Awesome.
And he's become so involved in the project, and he's been helping me with every aspect of it. We shot a film clip at his property, and we got a local choir to get involved. And he's just got this ability to bring people together. So I'm really looking forward. We're having a single launch on April the 1st. I know it's April Fool's Day, but it was the only day the RSL was available. So that's anyway. We're going to sing the song, and he's also going to do a presentation. And what he does a speaking presentation on how he went about rescuing these trapped people. And it's so gripping. I've been along to one of them, and it's amazing, But when you release music, sometimes you want it to be successful, and you want people to be able to hear these songs. And a lot of times music sort of gets ignored, and you kind of feel a bit down about that, or you can. But if your outcome is to just enjoy the journey of the whole process, well, you can't be let down. That's what's kind of happened here. If people listen to it and they love it, well, that'd be awesome, But already I'm happy about it, because I got to meet this guy, and he's just become such a great guy to know, So at the moment, he's currently in America, and his latest mission is to rid the world of atomic nuclear waste. Like, wow, it just blows my mind. So whenever there's nuclear waste, he's trying to work out ways of disposing of it safely. And that means digging big holes in the ground and storing it properly. But he needs cooperation from people from all over the world in order to do this. And as you can probably imagine right now, it's not an easy thing to do. Yeah, he puts himself in harm's way a lot, this guy. He doesn't do these things for the money. He just does them because he feels that it's the right thing to do. He's just an amazing guy. And if I can sort of shed light on someone like that, rather than the people that we see on our TV screens every night, what's wrong with shining a light on the good,
I take my hat off to you for raising awareness about this guy. And we need more Professor Arnold Dixes in the world.
We absolutely do, yes.
And we need to spread the word about him. From little things, big things grow. And the more people that know about him, good people that know about him, hopefully he can reach his goals, his new goals.
Absolutely. Already I'm noticing just through my little circle that I've introduced him to people, and everyone, when they come into contact with him, like, the local choir that sang on my song, they're lovely people, and they all turned up at our gig on Sunday, and they're all just buzzing, having met Arnold. He just has a beautiful way about him. And for somebody he's a very well-regarded barrister here in Melbourne, amongst other things, he's so humble. He's just one of the nicest men you ever meet. So, no, I'm very happy.
Well done, you. I'm proud of you for shining a light on him.
Thank you, Cheryl.
And the choir, it was called the Colour Notes Choir. And get onto YouTube, people, and check out the film clip. It was filmed in the sunflower capital of Australia.
That's right, in beautiful Monbulk.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to put it up on the YouTube. I better get onto that.
Yeah.
So I know it's there.
Do people buy tickets for your launch on Wednesday, the 1st of April?
It's free entry. It's only a small venue. If you wanted to have dinner, they have to book, that's all. They'd have to ring the up by RSL and book for dinner. But it starts at 7:30 and probably goes for about an hour and a half. Should be a great little fun night, I reckon.
Well, if you can get along, if you're in the area, do, and support Jason, who's supporting Arnold Dix's amazing, shining a light on what he's done and supporting his amazing work yet to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Well, good luck with the single and its launch. You know what I feel like in my bones? It's going to be like, what's that song? Like a butterfly stings like a bee?
Yeah.
About Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, yeah.
It's like it could be a story song like that just gets bigger and bigger.
Oh, we can only hope. That'd be great.
Still Rocking It podcast with that radio chick, Cheryl Lee. I'm going to play you the song now about Upway from Jason's 2022 album, Living in the Suburbs, and then we're back to speak some more to Jason.
Up, way, that's where I like to stay. You can go walk your dog, just not on the football ground. When you're in Upway, the rest of the world seems far away. You may not know about this place,
and they prefer to keep it that way. Well, you can order your coffee down the main street while you window shop for guitars. You could walk the length of Glenfern Road, just watch out for the cars. The local fire brigade is having its annual jumble sale, while the folks over at the Fat Goat are serving up an ale. Up, up, way, way, that's where I like to stay. You can go walk your dog, just not on the football ground. When you're in Upway, the rest of the world seems far away. You may not know about this place, and they prefer to keep it that way. That water tank's the landmark, it sits high up on the hill. I've never been able to quite find exactly where it is, but I'll keep searching still. The pretty birds that fly around, well, you can hand feed them the seed. They glide on past the skate park and then through Tin Pan Alley. Up, up, way, way, it's where I like to stay. You can catch up with some old friends outside the IGA when you're in Upway. The rest of the world seems far away. You may never have heard of this place, and they prefer to keep it that way. You'll begin to feel a change when you climb up that mad mile. You'll begin to feel a change when you climb up that mad mile. To commemorate Anzac Day, you know, they do it very well. They start the march down near the roundabout and end up at the RSL. And once a year you can hear the cheer when those wheelie carts race by. You could sign up for the local football team while lunching on a pie. In Upway, there's nowhere else I'd rather stay. You can go walk your dog, just not on the football ground. Right here in Upway, the rest of the world seems far away. You may not know about this place, and they prefer to keep it that way. That is, of course, unless you're here to stay.
Where can people get a copy?
Well, you know what? It's amazing. The single is going to be pressed onto vinyl, would you believe? This is something that's not done very often these days. It's going to be made available on my website, jasonvorhermusic.com. So, yeah, you'll be able to purchase it from there if you wanted a physical copy. You know, doing a single, people don't do it these days. So side A is the song and side B is a spoken word. It's Arnold in his own words describing the rescue mission. So it's kind of a rarity, you know, it's very special. And we're very proud of side B, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But also, other than that, it will be available on all the streaming services from April the 1st and Bandcamp as well.
Awesome. Can you put me down for a bit of vinyl? I do love a bit of vinyl. I'm just reviewing this album. Yeah, at the moment.
Great.
But you're right. You can get albums on vinyl now. It's having a bit of a resurgence, but I haven't heard of any singles available on vinyl. Go you.
It was actually Arnold's idea, believe it or not. He's an ideas man. I just thought, yeah, because it's a point of difference. Now, I think people do like to take away a physical copy of something, like a souvenir, and there'll only be 300 copies pressed, so they'll be kind of like a collector's item anyways. Hopefully we can move a lot of those. And I think what Arnold's wish is for the single, any profits made on the single will be donated to charity. That's the sort of guy he is, you know, he's such a ripper.
He sounds amazing. I hope I get the opportunity to meet him one day.
Yeah. He's a lovely man, that's for sure.
I am absolutely down for one of those singles. I find I'm buying all of my music twice now. I get my hard copy at the gig or on the line, and then for convenience, buying it on Apple Music as well.
Oh, beautiful, Cheryl. That's great. Yeah.
So lovely to chat to you.
Same to you.
All the best with everything. And it won't be long before I'll see you again. And hopefully our team, our Tigers, will have a few wins between now and then.
Are you going to the gather round game?
You know, I didn't get tickets. I managed to get tickets for my husband to go to the Essendon game, and I wasn't able to get tickets for myself.
I was really lucky. We got in early and they weren't that expensive either. But otherwise, we'll see you at the Caprettos.
Yeah, awesome. Stay
No
well
worries.
until then.
Same to you, Cheryl. Take care.
You too. Bye for now.
That's it. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, that's it. Anything that we forgot to talk about that you wanted to talk about?
No, that was awesome.
Yep.
That was great. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
No worries. I am got to go to the hairdresser now.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. You're lucky. I was going to say, if you want me to put your name on the guest list for the Caprettos, just sing out, yeah?
I already got my tickets.
Oh, shit, you're all right, aren't you?
You know me. I'm the number one ticket holder. I was the first one.
Well, I don't know how you
But
get the
thank
front
you,
row.
though.
Yeah, no worries, Cheryl. All right.
Unlike some South Australians who leave their ticket purchases to the last minute, I'm in like Flynn.
Yeah, no, good idea. I always miss out. Although I've got tickets for the Black Crows, but now that they've cancelled Blues Fest, I don't know whether they're still coming out yet. I hope they
They're
do.
shame about Blues Fest.
Yeah, well, I've never actually done it. I've never played there, but it's just another festival that's sort of gone under, you know.
Does.
What do you do?
We rode the Harley twice, 2 years in a row. Did I tell you the first time we went, we were 30 minutes away at Ballina or maybe Berrima,
Oh, yeah?
and it got COVID cancelled.
Oh,
Remember the year it got cancelled?
yeah,
Less than 24 hours beforehand?
yeah, right.
Because some lady went to some hen's night or something, crossed the border when she shouldn't have and went back. A $10 million festival. You know, the prawns were on ice, the beer was in the fridge.
Yeah, no good.
No.
Yeah.
Bit of a knee-jerk reaction, I guess, in hindsight, but you don't know. You don't want thousands of punters to die.
You don't have much luck on the Harley trips to the long distance, do you?
But we knew we could do it, so we just went back the following year. And it was awesome. So at least I did it once in my life.
Yeah, great. Yeah, beautiful. I see that you do a lot of hiking as well.
You know what? That's just my free gym membership, Jason. We've got a hill, which is 15 minutes from here, which is 4 kilometres like this.
Whoa, yeah, shit.
Yeah. So you get to see some nature.
Yeah, nice.
And get your heart started. We do it twice a week because, you know what, we just sit on our bums the whole rest of the week in front of computers at work.
No, you got to get out. Do you do it in the morning or?
We've been doing it mainly at night.
Okay, in the summertime it's all right, yeah. We've got one near us too called One Tree Hill. I live in the Dandenong Ranges. It's the same thing. It only takes half an hour to get up there, but coming down's is actually harder, you know, because you get a bit of wobble in your knees. But yeah, I do see your posts where you're going, geez, you're always exercising and all that. It's good, you know.
It's only twice a week, but it does seem like like more.
Oh, you got to keep moving though, don't you? You got to keep, otherwise, So I joined a gym about 3 years ago and I love it. And I go, probably 4 times a week, not just for to try and lose weight, because I gave up drinking alcohol as well, but I just feel so much better and it's good for your mental health too.
Yeah.
There's so many benefits and just little things like getting out of bed in the morning, just being more mobile, your mobility improves. So
absolutely.
So
I probably should do a little bit of gym work.
Yeah.
Because I think my bottom half is fit, my top half not so much.
Yeah, well, they say that the strength training is very important. Yeah, I keep missing the strength class. My main ones I do the cardio ones. I love that, you know. Yeah, the strength ones, I know I've got to do more of that myself, you know, so,
Yeah, but, you know, your cardio work is really important because if that muscle carps it, you're gone.
Yeah, well, there you go. Absolutely, yeah.
So if my arms are a bit floppy, it won't kill me.
No, there you go. Yeah.
But if you're not heart strong, that could kill you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I better go.
You're going to get your daughter to basketball.
Yes, we're off soon. She's all dressed, ready to go. So no worries.
Well, thank you so much for the chat.
Absolute pleasure. And sorry for the muck around. Things got too nutty yesterday.
No worries. Life happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. No,
I'm very lucky because my work is only 500 metres down the road.
Yeah.
And I sleep with my boss. So
Oh, there you go.
And I have for like 30 years. We've got
Yeah.
5 kids.
Yeah, geez. Look at you go.
So I'm lucky I had the flexibility to race home, do a Zoom, race back, or take the afternoon off, or just cooking the lamb roast.
Yeah, oh, beautiful. Oh, good on you.
Well,
All right.
lovely to speak to you. I can't wait to see you.
Same here. All right. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
See you, Cheryl. Thank you. Bye.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
Without any further ado, let's play it. Arnold by Jason Vorherr. And if you get a chance, it's a great video on YouTube. Watch that as well.
When Arnold was a child, he had a strong fascination. The way the earth and rocks were formed sparked his imagination. Well, Arnie grew up smart, he formed a master plan. But life spent as a barrister was just a small part of the man. Well, I saw him driving trucks around the Monbulk Hills. No one even had a clue about the man of many skills. Then he found his true calling when the towers fell. With steely eyes and a strong will, stories yet to tell. Oh, you never saw him coming, and you're not sure what he did, but he'll be at your side till the job's done right. And then he's gone again. That old train, Puffin' Billy, came steaming round the ridge. Then the sound of screeching tyres was heard near the trestle bridge. At the scene came Arnold, and then the work began. He redesigned a better way for no more accidents again. Oh, you never saw him coming, and you're not sure what he did. He'll be at your side till the job's done right, and then he's gone again. He's gone again. Way up in the Himalayas, 41 men were trapped. A national disaster, a highway tunnel collapse. The country needed guidance, so with a desperate call to arms, well, they sent for Arnold to bring knowledge, trust and calm. With his back against the wall, hand buried in the sand, he listened to the mountain, this unforgiving land. The families and friends were praying day and night. Hope was slowly fading. Could they get them out alive? Oh, I'll bring them home by Christmas. Well, I promise this to you, I'll be at the site till the job's done right. Well, I know we'll see it through. Well, he never lost the faith. He surely spoke the truth. Every man was freed in plain sight and living proof. Well, Arnold was a hero all across that foreign land. But back home here in Australia, he's a virtual unknown man. Oh, you never saw him coming. Well, there's nothing he can't fix. He'll be at your side till the job's done right. He's Professor Arnold Dix. Oh, you never saw him coming, and who knows what comes next, but he'll be at your side till the job's done right. He's Professor Arnold Dix.
You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick. Thank you so much for joining me on the Still Rocking It podcast. Hope to catch you again next time. Get out when you can, support Aussie music, and I'll see you down the front.